Hi everybody, I'm back here today. Mm, I just want a little bit update about the last video. I told you some thing on this, and I think I forgot to give you a little bit details. Probably you wonder what. In the last video, I told you that HOA where I live, they sent me a letters. I, just right after my dad passed away, they said that we repainted the house so without the approval of the color. But I, I told you that that time when I opened the letters, the blood boiled up to my hair. But I didn't tell you, did I do it? Did we do it? No, we didn't repaint anything with the house. The house the same color for years. Um, Actually, the same color with the house when we just purchased too. My dad did some, he repaint back then because it's kind of look, it's still good condition, but because they complained at they told us need to repaint the house. So he did it, but he did with the same color. He didn't change the color anything, the color for years. Since we came here, my dad purchased the house in 1997. That's on the July of 1997 until now. The color is the same. Also, one thing I have to tell you guys, probably you didn't know that, for the Vietnamese people, when the family has some, family member passed away, we didn't do anything celebration. We didn't join any places, a kind of, party, happy, where some stuff like that. Right now, they don't have any restriction or anything, but I remember back then when I was in the Vietnam, um, if the even if they they blend the wedding, but the family member have someone passed away, they have to stop that wedding celebration up to 3 years. In those 3 years they didn't have any they should they did as I know they did not ban or did not allow, but they should not join any places that kind of celebrating happy enjoying that each family member have to be they have to volunteer to do it. Back then I know that they didn't do that stuff. So the same thing in my families too. We didn't do actually last 3 year we not last 3 year 2 years we didn't join anything party celebrating. No, we didn't. Only even though back then my grandfather passed away, my uncle he didn't marry. He waited for years later. So for the for the say like we repaint the house to make the house kind of prettier. No. And also especially the house was my dad's house. So that's for sure that we didn't do it. So they just created issue and they stuck in our face. Look like they try to punish something, you know, to make us so angry, get mad, we upset, and affect our health, and we're gonna die. Like my dad did, he went died that day. right? There probably that's their goal. Actually, their goal is to try to kick us out of this subdivision for a long time, but we kind of stubborn. But probably they underestimated because we came from the communist country. We have dealing with the communists for years, and we can handle their issues, just created problem to us. But they tried to get us out of subdivision, but they couldn't. So that's the probably the new way they create to make us like get mad, upset, affect our heart here. If we probably got a heart attack, but because like I told you, came from the communist country. We deal with the communists for years. We can handle that. So far, we didn't die because of heart attack, but I'm sure like my dad get some heart problem because of one of the later. I remember I was told with on the Facebook they someone created a supervision group. I already told them there. Um, and the last time, yeah, when after my dad passed away, I managed very well because I grew up in the communist time. I went to school with the children of the communist leaders or stuff. I have to practice to deal with myself. I can also I saw stuff in the side my mom had to deal with and I had to deal with, so I can manage as well. But right after my dad, they did me. I I kind of out of I couldn't manage it. It's after those affected my health and my health a lot. I thought I gone, but I did try manage myself to get up and now time. So yeah, not only they didn't, not only the letter of repaint the house without their approval color, right after my dad, and many more. Mm, here is one more thing I will tell you today. Um, okay, I tell you on a last portion because not the last portion. This one is kind of more important. They not the kind of more important, but I think it's a kind of too much, too much. They went through the okay, my house right here, my house right here, the neighbor house right here. At the neighbor house, they have the street go to in there. This is kind of cul-de-sac. They rode to there after I told you that after they sit in front of the house, they shift from the sidewalk up to the roof in the last video. They shifted from the sidewalk up to the roof. In the last video, I told you there, they didn't, when I walk out, I saw them and then they stayed there for a while. So I walked out to drive to the shopping. My car parked on the driveway. I walked on the walkway in the front of the house to there. They saw me. They didn't care. They didn't care me, who is I am. Then they just sitting there like that. They shut and then roll the vice president. And the driver is the property manager. Um, I, that's time, the next time, not the second time, the next time, my house here, the neighbor house here, in the neighbor garage door or door and driveway here. They have a street go to the inside here. There's a cul-de-sac. They drove here. They got in here and they park beside of the the neighbor in front of me, but they are not in front of the house, our house. They're kind of in front of our driveway. They park right here. They look in the side of the house, our house. They look at there. They look at and they sit there for a while. They're searching. They search, but our house. My dad purchased it on the, you know, in the 1997. This is that was built in the 1991. The subdivision they start building in 1990. That time the house are kind of 2,000 square feet house. The lot they made the big lot, not right now, kind of is a narrow. That time is the lot is up to when we purchased they roll on the they have on the the thing like the house information. They said that the lot size is up to 10,400 something square feet. And the house outside is kind of set back in the driveway. The main house stuck kind of middle of lot. The last if the last side like the side the house stuck right here in the middle, but the car kind of little up here, like so the car stuck right up to 1/3 of the lot. So the house kind of set back, also a setback to compare to the rest. The second saw compared to the rest of the streets, the other house in the street, except my next neighbor, their house kind of a little suspect, us a little bit. They sit there. They look on the side of our house. That is our second bedroom. The fence there. We have the fence. We have a tree there. We have a mango tree there. Oh, where I show you the mango tree, the Valencia price mango tree. But we have the fence between the, jackfruit tree and we have the jackfruit tree and the starfruit tree. We have a fence there. And on my neighbor, they have bushes, trees, the stuff there too. They sit in the corner there. They start searching my side of the house. They search, they go, they try, they sat on beside of the neighbor house. They search, and I saw it. And because my neighbor, the neighbor in front, I don't know. But later on, they probably they saw them. They trimmed the tree. The tree, they have a tree next to the fence, but kind of to the sidewalk kind of little at them. But the car, they shouldn't there. They search out how probably the neighbor they saw us. They trimmed the tree, and that's certain. That is the thing that they did to me. Not only that one, more, and I will tell you. They usually the church on the right, the left hand side of the house, can to complain about complain with my dad about what is the house. They have the sham right here and the thing right here. I don't know what's the name, but kind of if the house kind of like this and this between that. I will find out the name and then I will tell you next week. And usually they set that side. They set in front of they park their car in the front of the left hand side neighbor. They look at that side, they show, and then they usually because then my dad a letter complaint he need to clean that side, but like I told you, the house kind of suspect you were unable to see in the front. but they park there. If you walk by, you won't see it. Even though you drive by, you don't see it. But they because they park, they search for pieces. So they search it, and then they show him the letter complaint. They say he need to clean that. But my dad, he's the member of the, he was a former Vietnam, South Vietnam former um, military. So and then he was in communist prison for years. So he just want a peace for our family to live. So when they wrote the letters to him, he do it. Even sometimes it's not him to clean. He clean and he bought the chemical from the Home Depot. He cleaned it. Sometimes I got I saw my dad like that. I got kind of got, you can say I got my, that's why he didn't tell me. I know he saw a lot. They did a lot of stuff to him. He never told to me. He never told me what the HOA did to him. Only I found out from the letter, or suddenly as somehow later on, probably too much. Somehow I don't know. I sat right at the sofa right there. That's a window there. I sat right there. That's time was Daniel was so far that we just moved out there before my dad passed away. Um, he want to move that there. Uh, um, Suddenly I sat right there at the carpet there. I look at my camcorder, and then suddenly they stop and they shut. At first I said, let me look at. I look at, and then the second time, hmm, I don't know, I don't know why. Just that time I sat right there. That's why I saw it. I And the second time, I saw they went straight to our house. They stopped in front and they shut. They didn't stop the first, second house. They didn't slow down. It didn't look another side of the neighbor and the house. They just came. They turned to our street and they came to our house, straight to our house. They stood there. They shut, and then they roll away. I saw they roll kind of little fast. It's not slow. If they search every house, they should be slow, right? I told myself like that. I went to a living room and another rooms. Another room. I look at the window. I saw them roll away. They didn't look on the rest neighbor. They roll away straight to another street and they turn to the right and then to get out the neighbor. And another time, same thing. I just right here. Here. I look. I eat it and I look and I saw. And again the same thing. They drove away. This time, I saw this. They were they accelerate their car and they drove away. I start grab the camcorder. I went to that door, to the side of the door, garage door, on the side of the house. I step up the chair there. I step up on the chair. I look at. I put the camcorder. I record. They drove away. They drove away, but to kind of more than half of the street where the street like that, they were almost like more than half almost to get out. And I think that suddenly they saw something. I don't know. They saw something. They back up, not they back up their car to stop in front of the house. That is the elderly lady. She was after her husband passed away. Last time she lived, but with her children and grandchildren, but they're not there at the daytime. They came back home at the evening times. So that time of day, only herself at home. She kind of, no no car, no car. I don't know if she was there at home or not, but no car on the driveway, no car on the street side. Last time she was, right now, I think she about 86 years old. Years ago, last time she around 80, 81. Suddenly they back up their car. They, I saw they parked in front of her house, and I think the probably manager she looked at when because she will park her car. Probably she saw me. Oh, yeah, because I kind of moving my camcorder, so I think she saw it, and then suddenly they spread away. They accelerate the car, spread away. I don't know what they complained with her house later, but later I saw she cut the three palm trees in front of her house. It's kind of far from, kind of not, not their trees, not bothering anyone's, but I don't know. She, she hired the people to cut those three palm trees. That's a beautiful one. Many a lot of story about them. I I just tell my story first because I want to can't believe it. We're up the point, sometimes they make to me the point. I'm thinking I did think about this. Sorry, I eat the candy. But anyway, I will try to tell you more. And so I think they now happy because somehow I didn't receive the payment stuff. Um, it's kind of late now. I just asked my neighbor how much they pay because I pay every year. I didn't owe them anything, but because every year I pay, I record. I could record a video. But this year I haven't received. Actually, I haven't received that stuff yet. I asked my neighbor. She said, "How much is that?" So I wrote a check. I will send them. Anyway, forget about that. I'm just telling you.